When I go back home, sometimes I miss so much the ship because then I have to go shopping, I have to cook, I have to wash dishes, and here not, everything is ready for me, so why not? It is so nice.
È vero, io quando mi sono fermata.
Ma davvero?
Mamma, si sottovaluta. Io quando sono...
Ma il primo giorno quando sono a casa e mi sveglio ho detto Madonna, adesso devo cuocere, cosa vado a fare? E devo andare al supermercato e comprare le cose e dopo lavare. My name is Mariangela 𝘕𝘕𝘠𝘺. I am from Curitiba, Brazil, and I'm working in Hostess since 2019. I have now my sixth contract, and I'm very happy here as an international host. I belong to the Department of Information on board, and we have a team from the hospitality that composes from the reception and the international hostess. No? I am international hostess, actually German speaking, but I'm Brazilian. And I'm very happy with my position. I started as a tour operator, then we changed for the reception as a hospitality operator. And I was invited by Costa to be a German hostess, no? Because they just thought I am good in German language, so why not? And I am here very happy. I work in Africa, in Angola, in Luanda, and I was a logistics coordinator for an oil company. I work as well for GTZ in a project for the land mining in the country, for people who are affected by these land mines, no? And also in a construction company. After the oil prices went out, no? Our project unfortunately finished. I went back to Brazil. I have a little farm where I worked a lot. I have more or less 88 cats, 13 dogs, some geese and chicken, and I do all the hard work in the farm. I'm very brave, but I had no real job. I started to look for a job and I could not find one. And passing by someday in the street, I saw they were hiring for the cruise ships. And this agent, I just dropped in and asked him how it does work, not to work in a cruise ship. Oh, tomorrow you will come and you see we are making the interviews and the presentations and so on. And I came and start to talk with them and they say, oh, you speak German, English, Italian, French a little bit, so this is nice. And I said, but I am maybe too old already to start to work in this cruise ship. And you know, surprisingly, I'm here with 60 years old already. When I was working in Angola, my company was an American company. We have so many people from all over the world. And I like this exchange, with so many different people. It enriches you so much, you learn so much. And then at once I had the chance to come and have this again, because it's something that I miss a lot. I like to be quiet in the farm, but I like to meet people, and I need to speak these languages. Sometimes I speak very much because I cannot really be quiet so long, and that's why I learned these other languages, because when you learn a language, you get to know people better and understand them better. And I am descendants from Poland, Polish, and from Germans, Italians, and Portuguese. So I can better understand myself also in this case. So then I had to make all this different trainings to come to Costa, how to handle fire, and you have to jump in the swimming pool, you have to learn how to save someone. And this was interesting, because I never expected to do that, and I love this adventure things. In 2019, I received my first contract to work in Pacifica. Then I flew to Helsinki. When I came nearby the ship, I say, Jesus, this is so big. It is so big. I remember today when I saw Pacifica for the first time. It's not the bigger ship from our fleet, no? And I was very impressed because I said, oh my God, this is big. What am I doing here? What am I doing here? But was coming inside and seeing this whole people going around and moving. This is so many departments. You have no idea when you look in one ship how many people are involved, how many people are working there in different departments with different skills, different professions. And this is so interesting that you see people from all over the world and they are connected, doing something for the guest, for the passenger to have a very nice experience, for the others to have a nice experience and enjoy their vacation on board. No? And when you are on board, a ship life is like your life as a whole, because every day somebody comes new in the ship and somebody leaves. And this is like our life in a shorter period of time. When you are in your life, you met a lot of people that came and go from your life. And here on board is more or less like this. Each contract, you see people again that you met in another contract. Important is that you are happy and you enjoy the moment. And this is not only working to have money at the end of the month, but you have the experience and you start to give a very big value for things that are very important, like friendship, and remember your family when you are abroad. And this relationship among the different personalities and people that you meet is more important than anything, because here also you can extrapolate for outside, no? And we see that you are on board, you have to use this opportunity, no? to reinforce things that you like, but then you learn also more to share, because you have to share your space with your colleagues, you have to share your cabin with someone, the toilet. Sometimes it's very personal when you are at home, that you don't share it with anyone. But you have to learn that, you know, and you have to give your space for your colleague as you need your own space also. And sometimes it's very tight. Sometimes it's very tight. The biggest sacrifice on board for me, that I miss my dogs very much. So I feel in my heart that I really miss them. So 7 months is so long to be away from them. No? But on the other hand, every day we wake up in a different place. Today in Spain, morning in France, who does that? No? You wake up in a different place. It's so nice. And when I have my hard times on board, that we are very tired or something, I don't go to sleep. I love when I go outside the ship. I can walk and I see all the different people walking around. Or we go on excursions with people. I always learning something new, because with excursions you have the excellent opportunity to learn so much more from the culture, from the places where we are at. No? So going outside bring me so much energy. When you see the people walking on the streets, they are all in a hurry and the traffic jam, then you see, okay, I don't have a traffic jam because I stand up and I go to my place of work. I never have problems with traffic jams, stress. You just wake, somebody made your food, you take a breakfast, somebody's cleaning your dishes, you don't have to go shopping, you don't have to clean dishes. And really, when I go back home, sometimes I miss so much the ship because then I have to go shopping, I have to cook, I have to wash dishes, and here not, everything is ready for me, so why not? It is so nice. I think the best moment for me in Costa was the first time I did the crossing from Europe to Brazil. Not because I'm going back to Brazil, but because I thought about my grandparents when they immigrated to Brazil. They all left Genova to Rio de Janeiro. And when I did this travel, I thought what they have taught when they left their land. Because they never went back to Europe. So they left everything, they just took their kids and they left to Brazil, not knowing what is Brazil, no? Because today we had so many information about all the lands we are traveling. But at that time they left, and when the ship arrives in Baía de Guanabara in Rio, at 4:30 in the morning, 5, I stood there trying to understand what they have seen, what they have taught in that moment when there was the land chosen for them to live and they would never be back in Europe. So when you go with the ship nearby the sugar loaf, now we just go so near. And this green from Brazil, and there was no Christ of Redeemer at that time. There was more than 150 years. Now they just arrived in 1888, 1889. And now almost 130 years after, they ever thought that somebody from their great-grandsons would do the same crossing as they did. So this was for me very, very, I will never forget that, really. This is a very important moment for me, really, really nice. So what Costa means to me, it means opportunity, because for the guests that travel with Costa, there's also opportunity to enjoy and to dream what they want to do in their vacation. But as we are here working, for me it's an opportunity because I was 54 when I started in Costa. Nobody else gave me opportunity. It was very hard for me because I had my working in the office, and at once my job was not there anymore. So to find another job as a woman in 54 years old was very hard. And Costa gave me this opportunity. They believe in me, and so that's what it means, opportunity to start again, to do things in an environment that you can grow. If you are recognized for what you can do, you don't need to have a formal education to necessarily work here. You have to have the skills and you have to know what you do. No, you don't have to be a PhD with something to work here. As far as you do the job and you do it right and you like what you do, you can be here with us all. It is like that, we have other colleagues that have different professions. There are other colleagues from me, they are lawyers or engineers, and they decide to change their lives, and Costa has given them also an opportunity, like I do have now. So I'm very happy. Costa means a lot. I'm very thankful for that, really, very thankful. I think the young people, as I did, I was an exchange student also. When I was 17, I went to US. I think all the young people should go abroad to work, because when you are abroad, you are far away from your culture and you have to learn things from other cultures. And I always talk with the people in Brazil. When I met somebody young, they asked me, what do you do? How do you work in a ship? And I always say to them, you have to try, you have to go. You have to learn the languages, of course, because otherwise you cannot do it. And I always incentivize them, they should work here on board with us, because there's opportunity to travel, to meet so many different people from the guest side, from our colleagues on board. You can learn so much. I have my history already, but sometimes I think I should have started before. I should have started earlier. I really think so sometimes. But each one has a different history, no? And I'm happy to be here. I really enjoy it. I really enjoy it very much. And I think they should start. And I'm very happy when I see them, because also on board we have different ages, and not that we learn with each other, but the young people bring on board this feeling that they want to learn things, they want to do things. And when we are older, we already don't give too much importance for some things, and there is a balance among the both of them, you know, the older ones and the young ones, because we work very well together. And sometimes as colleagues, they make jokes and things. They say, "Oh, Mariangela, I'm sorry," but they forget my age, you know. It's very interesting. So it's nice. Sometimes there are no words to describe. So come to us, then you will learn yourself what happens when you are here. They asked me to bring something that I think that would represent me. I don't have many things on board. We don't bring too many things on board. But something that I think that matches with me is this white paper here, no? Just a regular white sheet of paper. Why? Because when you have a white paper, you have the possibility always to write something new. And you have the possibility to make your notes or make drawings, you know. And life is like that. You always can fill up something new. That's the way I think my life has been till now. Because I'm always doing something different. I admire people that can stay doing the same thing since they were children. They know what career they want and they go straight. I don't live like that. So I'm always doing something new, and I think there's always opportunity to do something new. So if you take this piece of paper, you always can write something new. You can start writing a book, or maybe you can write a poem or music, or make a drawing when you are able, just some painting, no? And there's a lot of possibilities. Or you can just bind things like this airplane. It just goes. Or make a nice boat like ours from Costa, you see? And then you put it in the water. This piece of paper turns into a little ship. And you can go around, huh? Make some origamis. You never know what you can write here. A letter for the ones you love, or poetry, music, as I said. So many possibilities, you know. And I think it's like that. I don't know what is the next chapter. And this is nice, very nice. Come to us, come here.